Live stream setup on the go. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, Tim here, GraymanPOTA, amateur radio call sign November Whiskey 9 at Foxtrot. I am back out here at the beautiful Morgan-Monroe State Forest today, doing a live stream. And I've had a lot of people ask me, about what I do for live streaming. Now, if you guys don't know, every Sunday morning I live stream from here in the park, generally out of the truck or off the tailgate of the Bronco. And, I do a live POTA activation. So I was out here today. Now, today's a little bit different. It's field day, so operating just a little bit differently, but it doesn't change how I live stream. And one of the things I love about live streaming in general is it's just the ability. You can teach on the fly, in the moment, giving people an opportunity to see real time what we're doing out here and how we're doing it. So I think it's a very valuable tool in the ham space, in the ham tubing community. So I know several people, Josh, Jason, Mike, there's a lot of people starting to do it now, and I think it's a good thing. So today I'm out here. Now I stream quite a bit remote, and whenever I go somewhere I try to take a kit with me, not only because I'm doing this, but also because of the Ham Radio Kids table. And so we live stream every Wednesday night, and sometimes we have to do it remotely. Now, if I've got the facilities, and that's generally decent internet, I've got the ability to host the live stream from there. But out here in the field today, we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, I am here for field day, and I'm operating kind of in the truck, but out of the truck. Weather is so-so. It's overcast right now, and I'm assuming at some point we're going to have rain. So I didn't want to get a lot of equipment out in the open elements, so it's in the truck. But we'll go through that, and the setup is the same whether I'm operating back here on the tailgate or in the truck itself. Over there I've got the IC-7300 Mark II on. It's just sitting on a Harbor Freight case, but it is running. There I've got the in-fed half-wave transformer in the back. And as far as my live stream setup, nothing fancy. So I've got the, with the 7300 Mark II, I am taking the HDMI out and I'm piping it right into the computer. So I've got this link here coming in. So I've got a Belkin multi port USB hub. So I've got their USB-C hub. So I've got the video coming in from the radio, and it's converted over to USB-C. I've got two legs coming in. Normally one of these I use for the other camera when I'm mounting for the 891, but then also up, actually I'm using the FTM 400 for the camera, but I've got a Insta360 Link 2 camera, and it's a pan tilt zoom camera. So I love the Insta360 camera because I can set multiple positions with the pan tilt zoom and just set those. So I've got marks on a board, I guess, a little program that's running, a little applet that's running, and I can just switch camera views on the fly pretty quickly. And it remembers the location, the zoom, that kind of stuff. If there's filters on there, like sometimes I'll put a bokeh filter to kind of blur the background a little bit because I don't, necessarily want you reading what's on my whiteboard behind me, that kind of thing. So I've got that, right? Now, those were all remembered. I set those up before each stream, but also it kind of remembers, like this camera here, it remembers the settings for the truck. I use it in this primarily in this configuration. I have another one that I have in the shack that I use for live streaming there at the house, and it remembers that. And the same software controls both of them, and it knows which one's which and what settings go to what. All right, so back to here in the truck. So I've got the MacBook. Now this is a MacBook Pro M3 Pro. So it's not the latest. I've had it for a couple of years now. It's been great. I use the these are the DJI mic minis right here. Here's the receiver. Here are the mics. I tell you what, I've got multiple sets of DJI mics. I just bought the second set of these. I love them. $79 with the charging case. And it does 90% of what the full flavored ones do, except for it doesn't record locally. There's a couple other things, but there's some features, man, that I'll tell you what, I just do not use. And I love these things because they're so simple. So one of the things I've started doing with my setup is back to KISS, just like radio, right? Keep it simple. All those extra features I don't really need. So I do have a set of the old original DJI mics. I have some battery longevity issues with those things. So they're the backups now. I replaced those with a set of mic 2s. Better than the originals. They're the ones that will record locally, and you get some decent range out of them and stuff. But in our form of ham tubing, the long distance microphone connections aren't really that big of a deal. So there's just a lot of features there that I'm not using. Now, one nice thing about the mic 2s, and now they have the mic 3s out, and the mic 3s are quite a bit smaller. They're just a little bit bigger than these minis, which are nice, and they do the same thing. It records locally and stuff. But the mic 2s the mic minis, actually directly connect to any of the DJI Osmo camera products now. So the action cameras, I'm using a Osmo Pocket 3 for this, the DJI Nano, the DJI 360 camera. Any of the newer ones, those newer mics will directly connect to those, which takes that little transceiver out, or receiver, I'm sorry. Now, because I'm using the Mac as my streaming point, then I've got to use that receiver. So I've got the camera, I've got the mics, love those mics. I'll put links to a lot of this stuff down below if you're interested in what I've got. Definitely works good. The couple other things that I'm doing is I also have a second monitor that I have connected. I got this setting up on a dash. It's only a 15-inch monitor. Now this one is a KYY. I've got a newer one coming. I think it's a ViewSonic. It's a little bit bigger, and it's a IPS monitor, so the colors are going to be a little cleaner. And it was an Amazon Prime special, so I'll definitely get to test that out and see how it goes. This one is okay, but it's not as bright as I would like it. And when it gets into a sunny environment, I just actually had this when I was out in Las Vegas, this issue where I was having a hard time seeing it. In the shelter, I had some shade over my head, but still a hard time to see it. And the only other thing that I've got, and this one is kind of up in the air. So the other piece of hardware that I use is my cell phone. So I use it to connect to the internet to live stream. You know, in my case, I'm using StreamYard, but any of the ones that are doing the 1080p high definition streams, you pretty much need 6 to 10 megabits minimum consistently to cleanly live stream. Anything less than the 6, you're going to start getting choppiness and everything. And a lot of it depends on how much you're pushing up. Like in my case, I've got the logger, I've got my camera that's facing me, and then I've also either got another video source, whether it's another camera looking down at the display of the radio if it's one of the older radios, or the IC-7300 Mark II has the HDMI direct out, and I pipe that in. So I've got all this information going up to the stream, and that could, choke it out if you don't have enough. So I've got AT&T here, and I've had pretty good luck with it from a streaming standpoint. Now I stream a lot from this particular location, mainly because I've got a good 5G signal. I got 23,000 acres in the state forest here, and I like to activate a lot away from people just so I don't become Sideshow Bob. But when I'm live streaming, I've got to be somewhere that's got a little bit better coverage. Most of the forest, any coverage that you get in there is from a cell tower outside of the park, outside of the forest. So as you go in towards the middle there, it winds down pretty quickly. So normally I can do at least a 1 hour live stream from the laptop on the battery itself, driving 2 cameras, mics, and a second monitor, and that I got about an hour's worth of power. So today I actually live streamed for about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, and that burned the battery up kind of quickly. So today I brought the EcoFlow. I think it's a Pro 2 that I've had for a couple years, and I take it camping with me and everything like that. I actually did some live testing of this. Initially, I went ahead and brought it. I didn't think it was going to be good, but I brought the power brick for the computer, plugged it in, turned on the AC inverter, and man, the noise. And you can see it in the waterfall. And I'll drop some footage in here so you can see that. But then I also plugged in a USB-C cable to the direct 100-watt USB-C outs on the EcoFlow, and night and day. It adds a little bit of noise, but nothing. And I think that's just the computer's internal charger voltage regulation that is causing that, but still nothing compared to what it is. So that's my live streaming setup. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you haven't done so already, please get subscribed to my mailing list. That is the entry form for most of my giveaways, and also will inform you when I've got new videos posted. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share this content with your friends. And until we have an opportunity to meet on the air, I have a video right over here that you may be interested in.